Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the General Hospital recap for July 3rd through 7th, minus the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even see. They didn't release what rerun they played on Hulu.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. But we posted on Instagram a great clip from, I think it was 1996.
Oh my gosh, we were babies.
I know. Hold on, 1995. And it was the residents of Port Charles all took turns reading parts of the Declaration of Independence, followed by fireworks, and they were serenaded by Mary May Ward singing America. Do you know that she was only on the show for 2 years?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No, I loved her.
Yep.
It felt like she was there forever. And when she left, I was devastated.
Well, we'll actually wind up talking about that as part of L&B that we'll be talking about this Thursday. So last Thursday, we broke our summer off rule, but we kind of said we were going to do that if something popped up that had to be addressed right away. And there's no way that talking about Eddie Main could have waited until the fall.
Right.
And from that, Sonny also mentioned, I used to have a record company or whatever he said. I used to be in the record
business. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We'll talk more about that on Thursday as well. Even though Ned was not on this week or Eddie was not on this week, I think we should still talk about it because I feel like it's going to come up again. So I think it'd be really interesting if Brook Lynn resurrected L&B.
That would be fun.
Because, okay, this is not to get on topic right now because we haven't gotten there, but what Chase was calling her out on this week, that actually makes sense.
That does.
I didn't think about that until just now. Huh. Okie dokie then. We also, actually, speaking of Chase and Brook Lynn, there's two things that we forgot to talk about last week. One was Chase telling Brook Lynn that Nina saw her dad fall.
Yeah. Completely forgot about that.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And the other was Liz and Finn's super cute date. How?
I don't know how we forgot about that because it was like
the cutest.
It was all Violet.
It was all Violet. She is quite the connoisseur of knowing how to put together a nice surprise date via phone.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, take notice of the 5-year-old.
Right.
Well, no, she's 7 now.
Sure.
She's older now, but you know where I'm going. If she could somehow
order some flowers, order some pizza, order some cupcakes.
Yep.
You're all good to go. That's all you need.
Yeah. Seriously, we are not that difficult. It truly is the thought that counts.
Mm-hmm.
I would say for most women.
Yes.
I know that's not necessarily always true, but it really is. I mean, I get super excited when JD just brings home like double stuffed Oreos or Ho-Hos.
Right.
Just for me.
Yep.
So there really wasn't anything else going on, I don't think, to talk about.
Mm-mm.
Except for, so the day that this is being released is July 10th. Do you know what day that is? Other than it being a Monday and July 10th?
No.
It's our buddy Max's 9th birthday.
Aw, happy birthday, Max.
Happy birthday, Max. Hope you have a great day. We're not going to sing to you. That's how great we want your day to be. I like that pause. We're both like, and that's it.
Nope, cannot sing or you'll have a headache for your birthday.
But we started talking to him when he was 6.
That's
He's
crazy.
almost 2 whole hands.
That's crazy.
Do you think we'll be invited to Max's wedding?
We better be.
Seriously. Can we MC Max's wedding? Oh my gosh, that'd be so much fun.
That would be so much fun.
Oh, sorry, Sarah and Rocky. We're just kind of jumping ahead to our invitation to Max's wedding.
Hopefully we have quite some time before we have to think of that.
I would say we have some years, yes. Okay, that's all that I got. Hulu headlines on Monday. Carly and Sam clear the air.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Drew receives a gift. Gladys is dismayed. Cody meets with Scott. And Dante is suspicious. Tuesday, no new episode. But like I mentioned, we posted, I think it's just a few minutes on Instagram, the reading. And I think we also did on Facebook. And we're trying to figure out threads, guys. I don't know how that works, but it's new. We're less than a week old, right? I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out, maybe. On Wednesday, Tracy summons Diane.
Mm-hmm.
Cody struggles with his conscience. Felicia does some digging. Nina gets good news, and Martin is propositioned. Thursday, Molly opens up to Kristina. Feel like that should be in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
All the Davis ladies. Curtis and Marshall support TJ.
I guess so. That works.
Brook Lynn issues a warning. Finn expresses his regrets, and Terry encourages Elizabeth. On Friday, Tracy won't take no for an answer. Liz and Portia catch up. Sam touches base with Curtis, and Sonny reassures Dante, and Anna is insistent.
Okay.
So where do you want to start?
I don't know. Monday felt like a whole separate week.
Yeah.
Because then we had Tuesday off, and it felt like nothing that was addressed on Monday was really addressed the rest of the week.
Short of Cody, I think you're 100% correct. I think Cody is the only thread that kind of carried through the rest of the week.
Because I was trying to figure out why I felt like I just didn't care. Like when we came back on Wednesday, I was like, I don't care about any of this. And it's because I didn't get invested on Monday because that was completely different stuff.
Holidays being on Tuesdays and Thursdays really mess things up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, it's okay because it's at least in the middle of the week. We've had just enough. And this isn't just shows. It's work too.
Yes.
It's like you just had enough to enjoy the break, but then you go back to just enough. Not, why am I doing this today when I'm off tomorrow?
Right.
And then I'm going to have to think about what I did on Monday, on Wednesday.
My brain was very confused this week, and this just kind of fell along with it. So taking Monday as its own section, Drew finally went to Pentonville.
Yep.
And Cyrus was there talking him up about how they should be friends. And he said, no, he was not being friends with the man that killed his brother.
Although, when Cyrus introduced himself, he was like, just call me Brother Cy. And Drew's like Cyrus Renault? I'm like, that was quick. Good job, Drew.
Good job getting that. And so finally, Drew took the Bible, and inside was a knife.
Yeah.
So, but I thought we were going to go somewhere after that with it.
And no.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
See, he's looking out for Drew, though. He's protecting him.
Is he? Or is he just going to get him in trouble?
Oh, no, I think he's protecting him.
I don't trust Cyrus like you do, so I don't know.
I mean, I don't know how far my trust goes with him.
You're seeing the good side.
He's
trying to take care.
And like being repentant and that he is looking to help.
He's just giving him a weapon to set him up for something later, and then Drew's going to take the fall. Just setting Drew up to get in trouble later.
So then...
Oh, Carly and Sam, that did carry over, right? That started Monday?
Yes.
I'm just kind of over that. They were friends because of Jason. Jason's no longer around. I don't feel like they have to have these in-depth conversations like they do.
Yeah.
Come on over so that you can yell at me about the fact that your baby daddy's going to prison, even though it's definitely my fault, but I can't really do anything about
Scout's baby daddy. That was a very complex situation. That was they still have, Sam and Drew have still such a good relationship.
They do have a good relationship, and I feel like Carly understands that and supports that. But at this point in the game, Carly can't do anything to change it. I'm not saying that the whole mess is not her fault, because it was, but Drew made the decision that he made. Even if Carly would have stood up and turned herself in some way, it wasn't going to change what has already been assigned to Drew.
I was just talking about in general calling Drew baby daddy of Scout.
Because
he and Sam had such a, they still have a good relationship.
They do have a good
relationship. Their whole situation, I mean, was a little weird. It was not just, we
hooked up one night.
Right,
and then,
right. Yeah. Like Drew was a very devoted, yes. And Sam was completely devoted to him and stayed.
Even after Jason came
back. And tried. And that just was, like there's no animosity. It did not go down easy.
No.
But it wasn't, it was like a, man, I was really hoping that this wasn't going to happen, but I guess I got it type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is totally minimizing everything that happened during that time. It was not that peaceful. It was not like, and you'll be on your way now, handshake, bye-bye. There was drama involved in it. Absolutely. But Sam was just like totally okay with I like that she did say, oh yeah, I've had to be consoling Scout.
Yeah.
And letting Carly know.
I just don't know why that's a conversation though anymore. Carly can't do anything about it at this point. So whining at her about
something
you're upset or even Scout is upset, that's not doing anything because Carly can't change it.
No, but Carly should know about how her actions impact other people.
At this point, I think it's over, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But then she starts to complain to Sam about all the stuff that she's going to have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And I had additional thoughts, and they actually carried into this week, too. When someone loses a job, they have to change their lifestyle.
Right.
That's what has to happen. Sam asks her, so Carly's whole argument of we have to maintain, so I'm going to sell Sonny's house that I threw such a fit over
Whatever
having to
Carly's
keep.
House.
I don't know. But she threw such a fit over keeping that in the marriage. And now...
And she says that to Diane later in the week.
Right.
She's like, you did a great job of making sure I could keep this house. Now I'll sell it. And Diane's like, no, you won't.
Right.
But I don't understand what happened to her and Jax's house.
Right, the house that Jax gave her.
Yeah.
We ever noticed that Carly's things that she fought so hard for are all things that guys gave her?
You have already had this conversation. Get off your soapbox. We're not doing it again.
Just saying.
Anyway, I don't know where the house is. That house may not be as expensive as Sonny's house, but it still is not cheap. Why are we not selling that house?
I don't know.
And I know we haven't addressed Bobby passing away. I think that Bobby was living in that house for a while, but I feel like if you'd say to your mom, hey, I need to sell this so I don't lose the house that I'm living in,
right,
she would be okay with that. And Sonny's house is probably big enough that Bobby could move in with you.
Well, so, okay, she's also talking about getting a condo. She could turn the rooms above Kelly's into a condo by knocking out the walls. That's what I was saying last week. I wasn't saying she moved into one of the little apartments like everyone else lived in.
I still don't think
knock it all out, make yourself a nice little condo up there, and it's already something that you own.
No.
Or your family owns. Your mom is...
current owner, yes, but no.
So, also, Sam knows you can't get refinanced without a job, right? Banks don't typically lend money to people who don't have income.
She probably doesn't know that.
I don't know. I'm with you. I'm over it.
And didn't she say last week she was just going to drain her savings?
Right. That $5 million sure went quick.
So if you're going to drain your savings to pay it, then, again, sell Jax's house.
And Sonny's paying child support. He's probably still the one paying the mortgage.
Right.
So what's her upkeep?
Yeah, I don't know.
He obviously was not exactly happy about giving up his house, but he didn't really put up that big of a fight because he agreed it was in Donna's best interest. It was in Avery's best interest.
Right.
Carly cares about that until it comes down to her winning or not.
I just feel like she has other options, and hopefully Diane gets into that, because she said this week...
She came with a plan?
Yeah.
She already know that Carly... She didn't know that Carly was planning on selling the house.
No, but she knew that Carly must be fretting over what she was going to do, and so she was like, I'm here with a plan, but we didn't get to hear that.
Nope. We saw a lot of pointing and a lot of motioning.
Yep.
And a lot of twirling of the hand above the... like, we're going to remodel this entire space.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think anyone is empathizing with Carly's situation right now. And the girls are going to be the ones that suffer.
Right. But if she makes it an adventure, she can move anywhere. Like, come on, girls, we're going to do this instead. And it would be fine. Like, kids are resilient.
I moved 17 times as a kid. It's possible.
It is possible. I did not move that much, but I moved too much when I was younger, and I resented it. So I've been here forever.
4 elementary schools before 3rd grade.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. But then I stayed in the same school district, but then we moved a few times. That's why I get a little antsy, and that's just when I start remodeling now.
There you go.
Because it's just how my natural biological clock is now conditioned, is every couple of years you move.
Huh.
And no, every couple of years you remodel a room.
Okay.
Yep. All right, so we can be done talking about that.
You wanted to stick with Diane? She was a busy girl this week.
She was.
So before going to talk to Carly, she got summoned, as it said, by Tracy, who wants her to represent her in the fact that the Deceptor was stolen from a different company, but does not give her any of the other information as to what company or who or whatever.
No.
And Diane's like, I'll take your money, but I still need some more information before I can do anything with this case.
But you're right. Like, she's not saying,
Yeah,
I had this idea.
Right. How
or-
can I agree to represent you without all the information?
I did like, though, that she made a really good point that, these things take years to go through patents and trial and error. How is it so quickly to market in 9 months?
Right.
Perfect. Without any testing, without any... First of all, okay, the consumers just aren't saying, okay, well, what kind of testing has been done?
Right.
But it's doing an amazing job.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even have any clinical trials saying, so many people saw this experience. So how is it that popular?
Because it was on the Home and Heart show. If it's been on the Home and Heart show, it's popular because people will buy it.
True. Okay. That's a very old school mentality of,
I know.
that's a very 90s. No, but it is. That's when things happen. You would get the QVC lineup. That's how I bought Titanic, was through QVC, my double VHS.
Oh my God.
Because it was being released there. It was like being pre-ordered through there.
Okay.
And I mean, I was dedicated to, I need that movie. Seeing it 13 times in the theater was not enough. And guess what? It was like $2 each time. So I still spent under $30.
Ask me how many times I've watched that whole movie.
You've never watched Titanic the whole way through?
No, it's like 12 VHS tapes.
It's 2.
I don't have time for all that. I got the gist. The boat crashed. They fell in the water. They'll be okay. Oh no, they died. They had that like romantic scene on the boards where you were like, we're just waiting for them to get rescued. And then nope.
I cried every time.
Oh my God.
Every time.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I love that movie.
Then you have the Britney song where she says, I thought it got lost in the ocean and the old
I
lady died.
Did it again. I went down and got it for you, baby.
That's right.
Aw, they took out talking in songs. You know what else I noticed too? Like the random clapping in songs. Remember how like back in the 80s there were always like random clappings or something?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Where's the slow monologue in a song anymore?
There's talking in Taylor Swift's We Are Never Getting Back Together.
Yes.
That's my only frame of reference because of her new...
But that's not even a new song.
It's not a new song, but that's my only frame of reference because between going to the concert and her new, air quote, new releases, that's all that has been playing in my house, and I'm, like, ready for a change. So.
Okay, so this is totally off subject,
Mm-hmm.
but kind of not. There's a really great guy. I'm so obsessed with him. He's on TikTok and Instagram, and he kind of mocks, but doesn't. His name is Jay Ellis, and his Instagram name is Don't Be Jealous. So it's like Jay Ellis. His name is actually spelled out Jay, but it's Jellis is the way to spell jealous. But he does all these little recreations of all the boy bands. And he does like NSYNC. And he's very, very much, JC was the best from NSYNC. I actually liked Chris the best and thought JC was second. And but basically JC was robbed of a great solo career. But he's basically like lip syncing to all of them. And he just does, so like he has top of a pineapple on his head as Chris.
Oh my god.
Because of his hair. And then he has Joey blowing bubbles. Like, hold on. We're not there yet. There.
Oh my god.
But he did one the other day of them doing the Star Spangled Banner because they were actually booed when they went to do the Star Spangled Banner.
Nice.
But by the end, people
were okay with it.
Won over it. The 90s really was a special time, guys. It really, really was. And I mean, he's just made me kind of fall back. And I've never stopped loving NSYNC, but I'm just like, you are giving me the same giddiness. And he doesn't just do NSYNC. He does Backstreet. He's done 98 Degrees. He's making fun of, he has this other one that shows Carrie Bradshaw crossing the street. And because she always has her arms out and like looks both ways.
Right.
And she's like kind of crossing one of them. He has a huge blanket all over him because she always has like ridiculous fashion too.
Yes.
So side note, if you just want good satire that is honest to goodness, just it makes me smile. Don't be jealous. He probably thinks I'm a stalker, but
that's all right.
I guess now I'm going to have weekly recommendations. Last week was Marcus Coloma and Ken Schreiner. This week it's Don't Be Jealous.
There you go.
But I've been watching him for a while, but he's fun. Anywho. Home and Heart, QVC.
Right.
Classic songs. Don't be jealous.
We create
and now we're back
our
to
own
the Deceptor
rabbit holes. But yes, I think that's where they're going
bond
from.
With us.
Mm-hmm, right, because we're crazy.
No, because everyone else does it too.
I hope so, because if not, we're really crazy. But yes, I think that Home and Heart was their way of just like getting it out there, and if there was any trials, we were just supposed to assume that they went fine, and we don't talk about them.
Interesting. And now Tracy wants Martin to be head of ELQ.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't have any prior knowledge of that. Like, I'm an attorney. I don't know how to help you. And she's like, well, you're a proxy for Valentine, so you just absorbed his knowledge because...
Maybe he got some memory mapping done.
Maybe.
Or memory transplants or something.
Maybe.
Maddox was just here.
Okay. Because I don't understand how just because you... That would be like me being your power of attorney for some reason and someone telling me that now I can take over your real estate business because I'm your power of attorney. Nope. I don't know how to do that.
Right.
That's not my job.
Right.
But according to Tracy, it's fine. I'll work out. It'll be fine.
And she invites him to the what can now be called annual because it's happening for the second time, Quartermain Picnic fundraiser. It's next week. She says it's the event of the year. Do we really want to say that? That's when the hook started and the boathouse burnt down.
Yeah, but it's when everybody started falling in love because of the love potion that Leo made.
Okay, there was that. But it's also when the hook started. It's not really good PR.
No, if I was Ava, just stay away from the boathouse and it'll be fine.
What was Carly and Drew were in the boathouse.
But then Ava went down there for whatever reason. Because she got hooked at the boathouse.
Yeah. That storyline is just always forever going to make me mad because they had such a great opportunity that was just like, bleh.
I'm sorry.
I know that you agree.
I do. It ended blah.
It really could have been so amazing. I mean, all of us were like, who could it be? Who's going to be next? Why are they doing this? And it's Heather Weber.
Yep.
So, and I love Allie Mills, and I think she did a great job as Heather.
Oh, right. They could have brought Heather back just in a different way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But yes, so she said to Martin that he could come and that he could bring Lucy with him. And he was like, oh, well then, yes, I will definitely be there. That will be great.
So in Tracy's fashion, she's going to call them out on it in front of everybody, right? At the picnic.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that's what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless Brook Lynn finds a way to stop her, because Brook Lynn...
Ooh, she's done.
Yeah, so she downloaded the files, and then Lucy accused Maxie of downloading the files, and I loved Maxie when she finally, got through all the argument and was like, why would I download something that I have free access to anyway?
Right.
And then Brook Lynn admitted that she was the one that took it. She came up with a cover story that she just took it to learn more about the product so that she could do a great online presence campaign for it. And then she told Tracy, I need the flash drive back. And Tracy questioned why she cared about those people. And I was like, really?
They're called friends, Tracy.
And she had loyalty to that company before. The only reason that she left was because of the music career.
Right.
It's not like she got she wasn't fired on some awful terms or whatever. They just kind of told her, you're not invested here. Go do your thing.
Right. Yeah. And then when it was over with Chase's career and everything, she came back.
She hired herself back.
Right.
And so, yeah, I don't understand how Tracy is questioning the fact that she feels loyalty to them.
Right.
But that was that. That was the whole, what's going to happen next with the Deceptor. So then we see them do the whole dinner thing. And after that, Chase calls her out. Well, what's his name? Chase's dad.
Gregory.
Yes,
basically, he kind of started that.
Yeah. He was like, Brook Lynn, why are you working full time at Deception? How is that giving you time to write your music? That's what you told me you cared about the most.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, I have to. Well, Tracy interrupted and was like, you have to have a day job, something to fall back on. And then after dinner broke up, then Chase was like, yeah, my dad kind of had a point. Why are you doing this? You don't seem happy. You're supposed to be focusing on your career.
Right. And now that this would also be a good way for her to bond with her dad. If she were to resurrect, that's what she could be doing. She could resurrect L&B, even if fake, to bond with Eddie.
Right.
To get him, because they worked together prior on her music back when she
was
sang.
a teenager. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe that would help him remember and get those memories going and everything.
I like that.
Me too.
And Tracy was telling Martin was it Martin or Finn, that she was telling how concerned she was, I think it was Finn, how concerned she was about Ned / Eddie not being around the family and not trying to find Ned again, like trying to find himself. I don't know how else to put it. And so it would make sense if Brook Lynn said to her, look, I can't deal with your deception stuff right now. I'm going to go do this to hopefully get Dad back.
Yeah. And Tracy should support that.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm on it.
So that's our rewrite. That's what we would like to see.
I wonder if Eddie's going to try to perform at the picnic.
Ooh.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. Tracy should have Brook Lynn coordinating that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they really should be spending time with him as Eddie, even if he's not going to change, like hoping that does trigger some memories. And that's the whole reason that Sonny kept him in Port Charles.
Tracy and Brook Lynn, yes. Olivia, I don't think so because she needs to be protecting Leo.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah. Oh, Leo will be at the picnic.
Yeah, that's true. I just thought of that as you said that.
Darn it. Okay. But overall, I really, really like that. So remember how I said, are they going to put the whole Alexis or Tracy with Gregory thing?
Yes.
I was being sarcastic.
Right.
I feel like that was the vibe that Violet gave us. She's the little matchmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows that's when you have cocktails.
That was so cute.
The Shirley Temples are delightful.
Cute. And Tracy's like, you're starting a little early. And she's like, no, it's right before dinner. I'm all good.
Finn's like, it is all sugar. She's like, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It sure is, Dad.
Yeah, I don't know how she zonked out after dinner, considering she had one upstairs and two downstairs.
Yes.
She should have been bouncing off the walls, or unless that was her sugar crash. But she was so well behaved to be having a sugar high. But yeah, I really don't want Tracy and Gregory together.
No.
And Tracy looked like she wanted to change her mind about butting in on their dinner once Violet said, oh yeah, it'll be you and Grandpa.
Right.
So they better not change that vibe. They can get along.
Right.
They don't need to
get
be
along
screaming
for the kids,
at each other.
Get along for your friendship with Finn.
Right. But they do not need to have an attraction. Although that would be more appropriate than him with Alexis, because Alexis and Finn were
together.
Yeah.
Intimate.
Yeah.
They had a connection.
Yeah. Fathers and sons don't need to share every woman in Port Charles. It's okay.
That's going to be a whole other episode sometime.
I don't know that I'll be able to do that episode with a straight face without just ew the whole time.
Yeah,
I just didn't really understand the point of that dinner, I guess, was my it felt like filler time because Finn didn't talk, like, at all. And they even made a joke of it because Brook Lynn was like, so Finn, what's up with you? You're being really quiet. And they were like, how can you tell he's being quiet? Haha, whatever. So that was like dumb. And then Brook Lynn and Chase seemed like they'd rather be off just the two of them. So that was dumb.
I think that was only because Tracy was there. I think that otherwise, I think Chase was excited for Brook Lynn to be having dinner with him and his dad and his brother and his niece. Okay. But then when Tracy came, he was, I think that both of them kind of
were
like, well, she doesn't like us very much, so can we just go?
Yeah. And then Tracy with Gregory, it was like they don't like each other, so why would they be sitting there?
Yeah, because we have not seen the two of them together since he flipped out on her.
Right. Yeah, their last scenes were at the hospital.
Really weird to not even be acknowledging.
Right. Sorry things got a little heated last time. We'll keep our tempers under control today at dinner or something. But no, they didn't say any of that. They just acted like it was whatever.
Yeah.
So I just didn't understand.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I picked up on seriously, we're trying to connect him now instead of...
Right.
I don't know. We can just not do that. It'd be okay.
Right. It would be fine. But then rewinding to last week that we didn't talk about Finn and Liz having a date. That was like all they were talking about this week was, I'm so sorry that Violet set us up. Oh no, I'm so sorry that she inconvenienced you, blah, blah, blah. And they just keep talking around it. And then finally Terry came in and was like, sorry, I interrupted, and Finn left. But girl, just tell him how you feel. Haven't you guys played games long enough before and not been honest about your feelings? Just get it out there. So go home and get yourself all cuted up, and you know where he's going to be tonight. Show up and see what happens. So,
and Portia basically said the same thing, and her and Liz's interaction was completely...
It was supposed to be about Curtis, but I don't like their friendship.
No. Mm-mm. Portia is cannot replace Epiphany.
No, absolutely not.
That's not...
No.
Not accepting it, sorry.
It's one thing for them to be friendly because they have kids that ran around together. I know Cameron's gone right now, but
Right.
You're friendly to your friends, your kids' friends' parents because our kids are hanging out at your house this day, this house this day, or whatever. But you don't have to be BFFs with them.
Nope.
And that's what it seems like they're trying to force. And I don't want that to happen.
No, we could just have Terry, who we know is lifelong.
Been the BFF. She said that this week. We've been friends longer than you and I want to discuss because it has been so long. So I don't know. But I liked Liz's outfit that she didn't go home and like put on a mini skirt and a super revealing top. She looked very classy. And Violet was like, Aunt Elizabeth, you look like a princess.
Yes. So quick nerd out.
Oh, geez.
The book that Finn was reading, Parasites and Worms and Humans, is a real book written by Dr. David Young, who's reading it while eating. It's almost $70 on Amazon.
Oh my God.
Dr. David Young is a retired naturopath in Oregon. His website is allnaturaldoctor.com, and the book was released in September 2015. So Finn's like, it's on the top, it's like on a summer reading list or whatever. I feel like summer reading lists are always new books.
Maybe not for doctors, though. Maybe not for medical.
Maybe
books.
not. I mean, you always have the classics to go back to, but I hardly ever see them on a summer reading list.
I was
suggestion.
so expecting to show up here today, and you have a copy of it, but $70, that's a little much.
No, and I don't care about that. I don't care about Parasites and Worms and Humans. Sorry. I don't have, just to preface this, I don't have every book that I have found the titles of.
No, I know. That would be really funny.
But the way you said that,
would be really funny if you had a separate. Didn't I tell everyone Shannon has a separate bookcase? It's all just General Hospital found books.
Right. They're not even about General Hospital. They're as seen on TV.
Yes.
That nobody else was paying. That's not even true because other people pay attention to it.
Yes. There was no way not to pay attention to that book this week.
No, that was like 100% intentional.
Here you go. That was funny.
I think it was to build into his character that
he's a dork. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a cute dork, though.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, it ended of Gregory saying, well, me and Violet are going home, but you could stay here. And so now we're assuming that they're going to go have a drink or a snack together and reconnect.
Yes. That was nice.
It was nice. I like them together now that they're showing the personality and like flirtatiousness. I just didn't like it last time where they were like, oh, we're together now.
Right.
And pretending to be a family like instantly.
Right.
And as much as they talked about getting together as a family, I like that they're getting together, just the two of them.
Right.
Before they do the family thing. Because, again, that's just weird. Oh, yeah, that's my uncle because he was married to my aunt or dated my aunt, but now he's dating my mom. Like, what?
Yes.
So weird.
Well, for Violet, it's the other way around.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Anyway.
My daddy's dating my mommy's sister. Okay. Anyway, so I just want to make sure that we talked about them this week since we said we forgot them last week. What else am I missing?
Well, so Felicia went undercover as a maid at the MetroCourt. No,
she got it from the maid, she said.
She was dressed as one.
Oh, was she? I totally missed that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
She was wearing a MetroCourt uniform and everything.
Totally missed it.
That's where when she showed up to
Okay,
Maxie's,
I only paid attention when she got to Maxie's, and he said, where'd you get this? She said from the maid. I did not realize that she was the maid.
Yes.
Huh. All right. Well,
so
thanks
she brought
for
it to Maxie's
that.
apartment, and they dumped it out on the ground, and James is like, this is boring. This is the most boring puzzle.
Right. She's like, she had gloves for everyone, and they put a sheet down so they didn't get dirt on Maxie's floor. But James is like, this is the worst puzzle ever. Every piece looks exactly the same.
Yes. That was cute.
That was cute. But yeah, it said $50,000
being deposited. Yep.
Deposited.
I missed that.
And Mac was like, well, maybe that's from Valentine. And she said, maybe it's from Valentine. And Mac was like, it's not the right bank. Like it would come locally or whatever from Valentine. And so that was whatever. I don't know.
How does Mac know everybody's banking information? I have banks that may be not located in Pennsylvania.
I don't know.
I know. There's online banks, Mac.
There is. But then they traced it, and it was from Pine Valley.
Yes, it was.
So Felicia left them and went to the office. And Maxie, that was stupid too. Maxie's like, why are you here? You gave me a heart attack. Why didn't you tell me you were coming over? As long as the kid is with one adult.
And she knows that he's with Mac.
Right. And he was with Mac alone before Felicia got there.
So it was reasonable to assume.
Right. That she could leave him with Mac again.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then she goes and is like, oh, I just needed to talk to Lucy about something. And Lucy's like, yes, I'm picking out an intimate gift for Martin. Do you want to say it out?
Oh, my.
That was great.
That was the best. That was good.
The look on Maxie's
Maxie's
face.
like, I can help you. Sure. What is it?
Right. Never mind. I will leave it to you two. Very funny. So, yeah, she says, Lucy, I don't have good news for you. I don't know exactly what this deposit is for, but I'm going to go to Pine Valley and figure it out.
Yep.
I don't recall her inviting...
Why does she have to go to Pine Valley?
I don't know. But I don't recall her inviting Lucy to Pine Valley.
No.
And then Lucy got the phone call from Martin and was like, I have to go on a business trip.
Right.
I feel like if Martin is still in contact with people in Pine Valley, they would know about Lucy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to assume we all have Facebook here. And he has posted pictures of him and Lucy doing things, so his friends in Pine Valley know that Lucy is his girlfriend, so Felicia should probably go to Pine Valley by herself.
Can we please get fake legit, like legit fake Facebook profiles for these characters? It doesn't even have to be on Facebook, but maybe on the General Hospital ABC website,
so fun.
Have their social media, and oh my goodness, that would be so darn cute.
Yep, pictures of Maxie with the kids.
Yes. Aww.
I would like.
I was just trying to think. I'm like, what kind of picture would Martin post of Lucy? She would curate the entire thing. They would be all 100% highlight reels.
Yes. I feel like it would be at the pool with her looking beautiful in her little cover up and her sun hat.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, I don't understand
and the
why
way
Lucy's
that they
going.
figured out that it was Martin's garbage, though, was the hummingbird cake.
Yes.
That's when Mac figured out whose, because she didn't tell him.
Mm-mm.
And I'm glad that they addressed Mac is in as interim commissioner. And Dante was like, what, you don't want the job full time anymore? And he's like, no.
No, I don't.
So, again, thank you for at least knowing that most of us were going to be like, that we have a commissioner.
Right.
Or a fill-in or a whatever.
Right.
But yeah. So I guess we could just stick with Mac, and the charges are being dropped against Cody.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott. I might have been blanking out a little bit watching this.
Okay.
How did they get on the topic that they're going to possibly exhume Leopold?
Because the lawsuit that he is filing for Cody is saying that Cody is entitled to the money.
Okay.
Because he is Leopold's son.
Yeah.
And Scott said that to go along with it, they may say that they want to dig up the body. But in that case, it would just add more money to his case, because then he could say now they've inflicted all of this trauma on him. And he, of course, is like, no, we're not digging up that body, because then I have no claim, because I am not really his son.
Yes. Okay. That's what I thought, but I'm like, I missed something here. But then Dante comes over and is all protective of Cody and tells him, listen, Scott's not looking out for your best interest.
Right. But he gets snippy with Dante and is like, I can come up with my own ideas and I'll figure it out. It's not Scott persuading me what to do.
Yep.
I don't know. That whole thing is, again, just dumb. I don't know how long those types of court proceedings take, but I feel like the paper should have been filed 6 months ago. Like, Cody was here. We were figuring out the Brit and the necklace and all of that stuff way back then.
I love what they are doing with Mac and Martin. Like, when Mac's leaving, he's like, hey, nice jacket. And they're wearing the same suit. It's those little things.
Yes.
Like, I love the little details.
Yes. Oh, so talking about the everyone meeting with attorneys and what they're talking about and blah, blah, blah. I forgot to mention that Sasha saw whenever Tracy gave the drive to Brook Lynn. So she's going to have some questions on what's going on here. I'm assuming that she was there to run into Cody to tell him congratulations about the lawsuit being dropped against him.
Right.
But then earlier in the week, we saw her see that doctor that's supposed to get her off of Gladys being in charge of her, and he prescribed her some meds.
And she even asked, is this addictive
Right.
or habit forming? And he's like, it's okay. I'll be monitoring you. You're not going to be watching her 24/7.
Right. And he just handed them to her. There is a pharmacy in GH, and I would assume there's pharmacies somewhere else. Although we've had this conversation before about how everyone comes to GH to get their script filled. But he didn't go down to the pharmacy and pick it up or whatever. He's like, here's a bottle of pills for you. That's odd.
I am so mad about this. I'm sorry. I know we all know that Gladys is schemy, and this is over. This is too much.
Yep.
This is too much. She is having Sasha drugged.
Right.
It was gross enough having her steal. I don't ever think that was okay, but I understood how that's this is no.
Mm-mm. No, you've seen all the progress that Sasha has made, and now you're going to put her back in a position where she's dependent on drugs just so you can steal her money. It's ridiculous. And not even drugs that you're like, oh, here, take one. You're having a doctor jump in.
Right.
Mm-mm.
So what does she have on him? Like, why is he going along with this for her? It makes zero sense. And then Sonny basically told Gladys, we will be supporting Sasha in however the judge and doctor says.
Right.
And the doctor so far has said that she's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand we have to give Sophia Matson a reason to not be on screen. Having her addicted to drugs, though, having Sasha
right
addicted to drugs, though, is just... And having Gladys be the one... Even Gladys has done a lot of work, though, on herself.
Right.
The money thing... I don't know. I feel like Gladys would not cross that line.
It would have been one thing if she would have said to the doctor, yes, anything you can do to keep her from passing the exams would be great. And the doctor, for him to take it on his self.
Correct.
And give the pills without consulting Gladys. But once he called Gladys and it was obvious that she was in on the plan, that was just, no.
Mm-mm.
I don't think Gladys would do that. She cared about Brando, and Sasha too much.
Yeah.
To do this to her now. So, but I hope that Cody finds them or someone finds them and is like, yeah, I don't know what information you got, but you can't take these. No.
All right, let's just stick on the things that made us mad this week.
Okay.
I am not mad that Willow's treatment is working.
Right?
That's in the first sentence. The bone marrow transplant was successful. I was so proud of Michael being like, can you not throw us out right this second? Because you just said she still needs a sterile environment.
Right.
But, okay, whoever wrote the line for TJ to say, well, I'm sure the Quartermains will help. That doesn't matter. If people will help or not. It takes time.
If you have children, you do not have a sterile house if they go outside at all and do anything. So I'm not sure why we're releasing her into that just yet, because how hard is it going to be to be like, oh yeah, mommy's home, but don't go close to her.
Right.
And yes, the Quartermains have a wonderful housekeeping staff that I'm sure will come and help, but you still need a few hours for them to coordinate that and get down there and, like they're washing sheets and that kind of stuff. It doesn't just happen in a split second.
It easily needs at least a day, maybe two, to have everything put into place. I just had a house sanitized, like and deodorized and everything. One treatment was done one day. Another treatment was done another day.
Right.
It doesn't matter how awesome the Quartermains are. They're not magicians.
No.
So I was really glad that Michael was like, that doesn't make sense right now. Hold it.
Right.
Let's slow this down a little bit.
Yeah.
But that nurse.
You really don't like her.
I don't, because that is complete. I just don't like this. I wish that it hadn't happened the way that we talked about, that she got to know Liesel, the woman who saved her life, more.
Yep.
Her eyes were maybe opened to another side of Nina that she then decided to give her a chance.
Yep.
Not just straight out because of the massive guilt trip put on her by this nurse, who is so condescending in the way that she talks to.
Yep.
I'm so glad that you've decided you need this. No,
I've gone my whole life without her. I don't really need her, thanks.
And she's done nothing but horrible things to her.
Right. Including not wearing her mask correctly. She was the only one that had it like really down here on the very tip of her nose. Sonny had his way up here secured. Michael had his up here. And I was like, really? She's so excited to be here and we're not even going to make sure her mask is on correctly. I'm annoyed.
And I don't like the fact that we know it's not going to last because of all the stuff that Nina's doing.
Mm-hmm.
If that were not happening, but still, like, we know that it's going to end badly. We know that Willow is going to get hurt again.
Yep.
That nurse just needs punched in the face.
I agree. Along with Nina.
I'm sorry.
Along with Nina, who's standing there going, oh, yeah, the feud between me and Carly, totally done. It's fine.
Right. As I lie to you.
Yeah.
Again.
Right.
And you're just going to be hurt by this.
Right.
Again.
And just the drama. Sonny walked in. She's like, oh, Sonny, she said I can be part of her bubble. Shut up.
It just caused, the
whole thing just, nope. Let Michael take her home, let her settle in and figure that all out. Then we can talk about her bubble when she's not being pressured by this dumb nurse.
It's people like that nurse that are why people stay in abusive relationships.
Right.
It doesn't matter who someone is supposed to be to you. Mm-hmm. They still shouldn't be treating you that way, and you should not be okay with it.
Right.
And it's not like Nina has really tried.
Nope.
So, without making it all about her.
Right. Talking about Sonny, he sits down and has lunch, dinner, or something with Dante and is like, hey, do you want to be my best man? That felt so forced and so weird.
Like, sure, why not?
And then Dante's asking questions, and Sonny's like, why are you asking all these questions? Exactly, because your relationship, there's still that cop criminal drama there. I
don't know. Oh, and then Anna passed a message to Sonny from Valentine that was kind of cryptic. And she's like, do I want to know why Valentine is saying this? And Sonny's like, no.
No, you want to stay out of this.
Yeah. And before that, Anna and Jordan discussed the undercover work, which I was so thankful for because Jordan totally understands it.
Yes.
Because she had to be a drug pusher.
Right. I liked their friendship, and then I liked when they were talking about Zeke because Anna's like, "Is he hot?" And she's like, "Oh God, yeah." And then Zeke walks in, and Anna looks at him once and is like, "That's him, right?" And she's like, "Yeah,
I'll leave the two."
Right? She's like, "It's nice to meet you. I have to make a phone call," but the whole time her eyes are that like, "Yes, this is a very attractive man. I will leave you with him, Jordan."
Yes.
So I like their friendship. That was cute of them. And then it's girls' night at the Savoy. So we see, of course, Curtis and Marshall and TJ. They just kept saying, it's girls' night. It's girls' night. There was not a flood of women in that bar.
I think that it was the Davis women saying that it was their girls' night. Like when we say we're having a girls' night, it doesn't mean the entire establishment.
Oh, I thought
that's how I took it. We're having a girls' night out.
No, I took it as
it started at the salon, and they were supposed to be having treatments, and Molly shows up with champagne.
Okay, so I took it as how they have ladies' night or whatever. It's ladies' night at the Savoy, but before we go out for ladies' night, because we don't normally go out, we're gonna go get our nails done and have some champagne, and then we're gonna go to the Savoy for ladies' night.
Okay.
That's how I took it.
Yeah, and I took it as they were having Davis girls out.
Okay, so I'm thinking it's Ladies' Day at the Savoy.
Day,
yeah. And we don't see a bunch of women there. We see TJ, Curtis, Marshall, and TJ says he's down in the dumps because Molly won't talk to him about all this stuff, and that they've learned that she can't carry a baby for them, and that his side is good, which is making him feel guilty and making her feel worse, and he just doesn't know what to do.
I felt like Curtis and Marshall were so dismissive of his concerns. That's why I didn't like the word they supported him. Like, they made it, every one of their responses seemed to be like, you don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about that. No, he's worried about it. He's worried about his domestic partner. He's worried that she's not handling this well. And he's basically asking for advice on, hey, how can I help her? And they're like, she'll be fine.
Just takes time.
It does. But it was what they basically were saying was.
I agree with you, but I also was hoping that when the writers wrote that, they were trying to convey like the awkwardness with this, because I don't personally know how many men sit around and talk about their women's infertility issues or their infertility issues. And so I feel like when, it's awkward enough between women because we don't just talk about that stuff all the time. For a man to sit down and be like, listen, I'm upset because we're having fertility issues, blah, blah, blah. No one really knows how to respond other than, oh, good luck. What is there to say? So I'm hoping that's what they were trying to play on. But then the Davis girls show up after getting their nails done. And they were treating Kristina like crap for pushing Molly, but I thought she was right for pushing Molly.
I thought she did such a good job of acknowledging everything that she's going on.
Right. There's obviously something wrong with you.
Right.
So instead of hiding it, because I've tried to hide my feelings before and it didn't work out well, I'm going to push you to tell us what at least is going on. And then if you really don't want to talk about it, that's fine, but at least get it out in the open.
Right.
And Alexis and Sam were both like, oh my gosh, why are you pushing your sister, blah, blah, blah. I thought that was the right thing to do.
Exactly what she just said.
Yeah.
I've been here before, not the same exact situation, but it's hard. And you just need to not own it, but
once you say it, it's easier to deal with. When you're keeping it all bottled up inside, it's like you're the only person.
When also, maybe we should be having some conversations about the fact that her answer is basically drinking.
Right.
And mom has alcohol problems.
Yeah.
So perhaps showing up with a bottle of champagne to the salon, followed by, hey, let's go to the bar, so that you can just forget about everything. Because it seems like she's keeping herself busy, but it seems like that's her busy, is partying. And that can be...
And TJ said she called off work today. Like, was she just sitting at home drinking?
What did you just say?
I said called off. What did he say?
He said called out. When I went to school in Massachusetts for college, I said something about calling off, and my roommates had zero clue what I was talking about because they also say call out. It's a regional thing, apparently. Different places say called off or called out. If you're on the schedule, you call off. Right?
Yeah, I don't know what call out.
No.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
When he said it, I was like, okay, like obviously whoever wrote it, but that's weird.
Yes.
I
sorry.
No, you're fine, because my brain caught it when he said it, but it didn't remember what he said. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, call it off.
I actually wrote it in my notes because I'm like, I need to find out what she says let us know what you say. Do you say called off or called out? And why?
By the way, the right answer is called off.
Correct.
So, so like, was she just sitting at home drinking all day? Like, what was going on? Yeah. We should be aware of that.
But Kristina did talk to Alexis but I still feel like they're making her sound dumb. She's talking to Alexis about the shelter, and this is her opportunity. But then she's like, I didn't realize how much was going to be involved with this.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
No.
She had just had that conversation with Molly a couple weeks ago about so much being involved. And so I feel like she would have done her research then. And if she needed to say to Sam, I'm sorry, I took offense to what you said, but you're right, it was a little more involved. Okay, that's okay. But the way they worded it this week, it was like, I had no idea. Right. I'm like, yeah, you had to have some idea.
Yeah. And she did.
Yeah.
Kristina knows this stuff.
Right.
Yes, she has made off-the-cuff decisions in the past and, those kind of things. But,
no, I think
they're making her an airhead.
Yeah, I think she's going the right way. And I would be excited at the idea of TJ helping out, because that was a great plug about how, people who may be HIV positive are ashamed of going and getting the treatment that they need because of how the doctors are going to view them based on how they identify, when at the end of the day, we need to be helping these people get the treatment that they need.
Right.
So good job, TJ, for saying you'll help.
Yes. But then another airhead moment. Why didn't I think about that? I could just be TJ and Molly's surrogate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I do like the new actress.
No, I like the new actress.
Absolutely
she's doing a good job, I think, of making Kristina her own, but they're writing everything weird. Like, that would be a conversation that she would have pulled Molly aside for and been like, hey, I was thinking, and it may have been like 5 minutes later at the Savoy. I'm not saying it would have been like a thought out huge conversation at that moment, but she would have said it to Molly before she said it to Sam and Alexis.
Right.
And then Molly overheard her, and you couldn't really read her reaction of,
I think she's going to be mad. I don't think, but I think that she's going to be like, you are forcing me to do something right now that I don't want to. Appreciate that. But like I have now said 1,000,000 times, I just want
more time. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, let me grieve
the fact
what
that
I just found out.
Yeah.
Because, yes, there's something wrong with Molly, but there's nothing wrong with Molly.
Right.
Like you know where I'm going with this.
Yes.
It needs to start being acceptable that this is the reality for some people.
Right.
And she needs to come to terms with that because society still shames a lot of that stuff.
Yes.
How about we let Molly do that? And we see them helping her through the grieving process, trying to not let her party too much, you know.
But this would be a good, if they're going to explore the storyline completely, this would be a good way to show it, of Kristina not thinking it through all the way and just wanting to fix the issue. Because again, if you're close with your sister, you're going to be like, oh, this is wrong, let me fix it. Like, if you needed a kidney and I'm a match, here's my kidney. So you want to have a baby? I have some eggs. Here you go.
Right.
I'll have a baby for you.
That's not a bar conversation. It's
not a bar conversation, but it's a I want to fix it and make you feel better conversation. And I think that the way that society doesn't know how to talk about infertility, I mean, I know that before I had infertility issues that I was the same way. Like, people would have 2 kids and I would be like, oh, are you going to have more? Like, just assuming that was an option.
Right.
And not understanding that, no, there is such a thing as secondary infertility, or maybe that's just not the choice that they're making or whatever. Like, I just took for granted that you had as many kids as you wanted whenever you wanted them, and then you stopped because you wanted to. And that's not
people
how it
could
works.
just not want kids too.
Right. Well, that's what I mean.
Which I love the most with one of my best friends, because she and I talk about it all the time, because she'll call me and she's like, people are still bothering me about this. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Right.
I'm like, you're an amazing, it just shouldn't even be a thing. So I always share with her the things to say when people say that. You know?
Yeah.
But it's also really hard because some people can't. So don't ask them, like, when are you going to have some?
Right. Right. No, some people just don't want, and some people just can't, and that's all fine, and they can handle that on their own. It's not really any of your business.
Mm-mm.
But it is hard because most of us have been raised that women grow up and have babies.
And don't touch a woman that's pregnant in public without asking.
I never had that happen to me.
My God. I was a server when I was pregnant, so all my tables felt the need to, oh my gosh, well, it's over our table now, so it's our...
No.
You're so tiny. Yeah. With my daughter, I definitely carry differently with both of them.
But anyway, yes, I hope, again, if they're going to explore this, they're exploring it from all sides.
Yes.
But
I think
Curtis and Sam was the only thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, hold on.
Blah, blah, blah.
There is a big thing that happened. Okay.
Why is that a big thing?
Well, we don't know what happened. No, not the Curtis and Sam thing.
So after the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I looked down and I was like, oh, yeah, there is one more thing.
Yeah, Curtis and Sam just talked about, oh, no, Drew, and how is Scout doing, and blah, 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 blah. It's nice to see them reconnect, but again, it felt like one of those filler things. And so then it goes back to the...
You know, people hate when you say that word.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. That's really what it does.
My life is full of filler.
Right?
That's what makes it. That's what moves the stuff along, though, is the filler.
Yeah, it's not that I don't know. Some filler I like. Some filler just feels like it's unnecessary.
We just discussed them having their own social media pages. That's filler.
That's true. I guess I'm okay with, like, this week, Curtis and Sam talking was okay filler, but the whole dinner with Chase and all them, I felt like that was unnecessary filler. Because again, I don't feel like it moved anything along.
It's also because we don't want what they're trying to do with
that. Could be too. Maybe I just call
I think that's the thing.
I don't like.
We don't want it because we don't appreciate that, because we don't want Gregory and Tracy.
I never claimed to not be overly opinionated and only talk about the stuff that I want. Okay, so I'll call the other stuff filler. But it goes back to the pool, and Zeke is trying to persuade Jordan that they should have a date night because it wasn't just growing up time for him. And she's like, well, I'm sorry, it was just growing up time for me, and I am not interested in pursuing anything more than that. And then Portia comes over and is like, oh, so you're ignoring my phone calls because you're hanging out with her. Okay, that makes sense. And then Curtis walks in, and you're like kind of still focused on what are they going to do with them next. And Dante yells, there's a shoot. Does he even say there's a shooter? He just yells everyone down.
I think something was crashing.
Oh, I thought it was a shooter.
I don't know, because So I said something crashing into the MetroCourt pool. Is this the new summer theme? Because last year it was Cody.
Right.
Because I thought that I heard like missile-ish. So I mean, it could be.
Oh, see, I thought it was
think
gunshot.
I didn't know.
I don't know.
I thought I heard like.
I really want it to be that now, so you can make that sound again next week. Oh my! We got to make that like our soundbite for something now, so you guys can hear that every week. Oh my god!
But so on, why do we stop?
I don't know. I thought it was going to have something to do with Anna telling Sonny,
Pinkman.
yeah, if you don't talk to the right. So I just assumed it was a shooter shooting Sonny, trying to shoot Sonny.
So it's Portia, Curtis, Jordan, Zeke, Dante, Anna, and Sonny are all up there, right?
Yeah.
Nobody else. But then inside the MetroCourt is Finn, Violet, Liz.
No, Violet already left.
Violet did leave with Gregory, you're right. But Chase and Brooklyn.
Yes. Chase and Brooklyn were trying to decide where they were going to be, so they could be in either spot, technically.
Tracy, is she still around there?
He don't know where she went. No, she had left because she told Brooklyn, don't stay out too late, you work tomorrow.
Yes.
So it would be just Liz and Finn downstairs.
Finn, Brooklyn, Chase.
And Brooklyn Chase on one of the two.
And that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, I just assumed it was about Sonny. And then it was shots.
I 100% think that it's about Sonny. I just didn't think it was.
It's somebody crashing into it. I think they're crashing in.
I don't know if they're also setting off.
Oh, was it an explosive?
Right.
Okay.
That's what that sound was.
Oh, okay. Or was it fireworks? Because technically it was the 4th of July.
They did not address that?
They had the 4th of July, like, table decorations upstairs by the pool, but they did not say 4th of July fireworks. So, I don't know.
Well, because Pikeman deals in the explosives, so that's why I think it was.
That would make sense, yeah. I assume shooter. That's where my brain went. I don't know.
I don't know either. All right,
so that should be the end, right?
Yes.
All right. Till we stop this and then realize we forgot something later on like we did last week.
Just two relatively...
Oops.
Yes.
Reality check.
So did you have a good reality check?
Not really. I feel like... I guess maybe. It was a slow Monday, Tuesday.
Did you go see fireworks?
We didn't. I was just... But... Somebody very nicely, basically across the road from my bedroom window, has been setting off fireworks. So I've been able to sit in my bed and watch fireworks all week. It's kind of been nice.
Nice.
And then I wound up having no showings yesterday, and it was a really, really nice day. And so we took out the kayaks. We wound up not doing, we typically try to do hike, kayak, and then beach time. And in Pennsylvania, our state lakes, a lot of them have beaches. So, and we're also surrounded by mountains, and you swim in the lake, so you can do all three. And we just didn't have time to get the hike in, but we did a kayak, and we try to go to different places so that we can try different places.
That makes sense.
To see them all and to, just experience the different settings. And we went to a place that my son used to go to a camp for years and years and years. And it's funny because this is actually the week that we would always drop him off, and we didn't even realize it until Facebook reminded me. And typically when we go to other ones, we also try to find a small locally owned ice cream shop and just get ice cream on the way home. Well, yesterday it was our tradition after we dropped my son off. He doesn't like red sauce on pizza.
Okay.
And there's a pizza shop that does cold topping pizza, but they only do red sauce. Like you can't get it without it. So that was always our tradition, was we drop them off and then we stop and get some slices and go on the way home. And we're kind of all, my son and my husband, or my daughter and my husband and I are like,
we still need our pizza.
We still need our pizza. So he got a burger. And not the sad part, he had to work last night. So yeah, less sad. The sad part of kids growing up is they also then have their own responsibilities. And so he had to work at 5. And it was never like a whole dawn to dusk thing.
Yeah.
We'd probably be packing up and home around 5:30 anyway. So it was just an hour earlier, but we would always stop and enjoy the ice cream. This time we just had to pick it up to go.
Yeah.
But also cold topping pizza, it does melt.
Oh.
So, it was still good. We still got the pizza, but it just wasn't the same. But it was still good. It's called Beto's Pizza, if anyone's in.
I have not tried it yet.
It's so good. I'll go.
Matt and
they sell
Ryan,
by the slice.
Yeah, Matt and Ryan went probably a year and a half ago now, and every time we drive past it, they're like, "We need to go there." I'm like, "Well, then freaking take me! I've never been."
Yep.
So
it's good.
Need to make a date to go.
Yes. So I guess that was the excitement of my week. Pizza. And checking out a new park.
Yeah.
I mean, like, really, really checking out the new park. So, How about you?
We went downtown to see fireworks, so that was exciting. I don't usually go downtown, but we stayed at the hotel, one of the hotels down there, and made it like a little family night of seeing the fireworks down in the city and then not fighting that traffic right afterwards, because that
Very
always
nice.
ruins the firework experience. I just love fireworks. Like, I can't not see fireworks. I would be very upset. So
I love them, and I used to go to, like, all the different shows and everything. Just, I don't know. I guess when the kids got older, and my son actually wound up working.
yeah,
So it was kind of just, and we had just been hanging out at home all day, like in the pool, and it was a nice day. And so it was more of a,
yeah.
do we really want to go fight the traffic and all that stuff?
right.
You know, so it was kind of
that makes sense. I just,
yeah.
I love the fireworks. So I think I like them more than the kids. I don't like when people put them off at home. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's always like, we could buy some. And I'm like, no, that's a fire hazard. Somebody's going to blow their hand off. No.
You can see a ton out my front, like on my front step, though. For whatever reason, at various times.
I know
Different
my
places
old
have them.
neighborhood used to do them. Like, somebody in the plan buys a whole bunch and they put them off, and it's very nice. But
Maybe that's part of it, too. I can just go outside, and, I mean, we're not, like, right there.
yeah.
The year that they had them in Minerville Park, I think, was the actual last. No, that wasn't the last time we went, because that was.
I don't know. I didn't like when they had it at the park. It was harder to find a place to park.
Oh, see, we had spent the day there.
At the mall.
We spent the day there.
See, nope, I like when they're at the mall. But anyway, so yeah, we did fireworks. And then Friday night, we went over to Matt's house to watch some TV and play a Mario Party because he's going away this week on vacation. And we have one of those boop, boop, boop key thingies, you know?
A keypad?
Lock. Yeah, thank you. Keypad locks. And
boop, boop, boop.
A boop, boop, boop. That's the noise it makes. So earlier in the week, I went to boop, 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 and the numbers didn't work, and I thought it meant that the batteries died. So Ryan changed the batteries, but did not check to see if he needed to reset anything. And we left the house on Friday, and it locked itself, because I know that we did not hit lock just because, like, the girls were coming in and out. And so we were like, we won't even bother locking it, so we don't have to play with it right now. We'll figure it out.
So you can go rob Amanda's house.
Yeah. So, not now, but yeah, you could have a couple
You're
days
Amanda's
ago.
insurance provider. I'm sorry.
So we went over to Matt's house. Megan came over with her friend. We already had Madeline with us because obviously she ain't driving anywhere. Emily gets off of work, goes to the house, goes to type in boop, 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 and nope, it's locked. Well, normally we have my car, and my car has the handy garage door opener attached to it or whatever. Ryan's car does not. So, could not get in the garage. We could not get in the back door. We could not get in the front door. We had the kids were like climbing, not the kids, the older girls were climbing up a ladder to see if they could get into one of the higher windows.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all. Could not. So I ended up breaking one of the little side windows to open up my door, and we have to go get the replacement glass for that today because I literally broke into my house. It's the first time I've ever done that.
Does your garage not have a beep, beep, beep?
No, not on the outside.
Well, what's the purpose of having it on the inside?
It doesn't have a beep, beep, beep. It just has the opener.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, why is your keypad on the inside?
No. It does not have a keypad. It just has the
Okay.
open closer on the inside. And
I'll be honest, I don't think I would know that it needs to be reset once you change the batteries.
I don't know if that's what the problem was or if just it's broken, because even after he changed the batteries, 2 of the numbers still aren't working. So I'm assuming it's just defective and I need to get a new one. But we only got it a couple months ago, so I wasn't expecting that to happen. And it's the first beep, beep, beep that we've ever had. So I was like, okay, never expected that it was going to get locked. Because even if I would have taken my car key with me, I could have opened my car, but I didn't have anything on me. I didn't even take my purse because I didn't need it. We were just going over to Matt's.
Right.
I wasn't driving.
Right.
So, yeah, broke into my own house. It wasn't nearly as exciting as they make it look on the soaps.
Did you have to put like a sock over your hand?
I did use Ryan's shirt to wrap around my hand just to make sure there was no sharp glass, but I just didn't want to get
I can
cut.
attest she does not have any shards.
I'm not cut up. I'm a professional breaker in now. I don't have any cuts.
A breaker in? Right?
Breaker in.
Not a burglar.
Boop, boop, boop. Breaker in. Those are the Amanda words for today. Yes, exactly. You're welcome for that. So yeah, that was my exciting weekend.
So they're blowing up the pool only the second year that they've had it.
No, they're not going to blow up the pool. It was a gunshot.
I still think it was a missile.
Well, I think you're wrong.
Okie dokie. I
find
guess
out
we'll
tomorrow.
see. Yeah. And join us on Thursday as we discuss L&B records.
Have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.